So I decided, why not make artwork out of my imagination based upon the royalty music on YouTube? And mind you, it was not easy. It was not easy at all. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys this crazy step-by-step process of how I made multiple drafts, but then I'll show you how in the end I completed the whole illustration based upon the music. So this was the first music I was going to use, and this was part of the draft. So I'm going to show you guys all of the step-by-step process. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. Reacted to myself. Reaction Inception. And I am going to play the first song and see whether or not I can articulate an outcome as far as what I'm listening to. I'm going to interpret it into an illustration. So let's do it. The first one is The Road to Mordor. The Road to Mordor. So let's play it. So when listening to this, I'm gonna fast forward. Afterwards, I'm just talking about it, listening to it over and over, and I decided to make an illustration based upon that. Now, being honest with you guys, I was not fully in the right headspace when making this, but you guys will see. So afterwards,
honestly, it's been a while since I've drew anything, so we'll see how all of this goes.
It has been a while. So yeah, so when I first did this, let me actually get rid of the music or the background music. Boom. Okay. So the first sketch you guys see here, I was trying to do something where, based on listening to that music, it sounds very heroic, right? Like a superhero. So I was gonna do something where, like, you know, a superhero saving someone in distress. But I just didn't really like the composition. And mind you, this is with Photoshop. I'm drawing with the Wacom tablet. So that is this right here. So that's this. This is what I've been using for many, many years. It still works. It barely works sometimes because the back of the battery came out. So I have to like put tape on it so it doesn't come off. So that's that. That's what I use all the time. And I still have the pen and all the nibs and all that good stuff. So that's that. So I'm going to switch over to show you guys the perspective of when I was going through the process of making this. Go right here. That's better. There we go. So yeah, I was gonna do something like this type of like dramatic perspective of the head being right here, the fist is right here, but I just didn't like the anatomy and the gesture of the execution, so I ended up scrapping it. I was scrapping a lot. All right, so that's why I'm showing this step-by-step process of how one thing led to another. So I destroyed that. I was gonna do this from this type of angle, but head being right here, shoulder right here, didn't like it. And I was gonna do something like that with the fist, and I scrapped that. I was scrapping so many ideas, man. I just wasn't in the right headspace. At this point, this is when I was actually going to continue with this. But you guys got to see when I actually added like the detail. This is when I'm going more into the detail, the face and everything. I was going to make it to a black superhero. Saving the day. Gave him 5 o'clock shadow. Gave him pretty much a beard. I gave him waves too. Took away his eye pupil. I was struggling with the foreshortening, right there. And then I just ended up scrapping it. I got rid of the leg. I was going back and forth with it, but I just kept it simple. And then that's where it ended up looking like that. And wish I still have it here as a draft. It's right over here. So this was the draft right here. And I was going to continue with this one, honestly, but I just wasn't. It's been a while. I've been rusty. You know, I've been doing so much commentary videos that I just wasn't, just didn't have the motivation, the confidence to continue from this. But if you guys want me to continue with this, let me know down below. But like, this is just honestly something that I just wasn't. I didn't have the energy. I didn't feel it. So I ended up doing it again. I ended up starting all over. So when starting all over, I made another one, which should be this one right here. Should be this one. Yep. So it's this one. So this is what I saw. I went back into the whole using the photograph as reference into making the illustration, right? So like always, lower down the opacity. So this is just me when I was in the gym, in the middle of doing dips and all that stuff. So you guys see that. Dips is one of my favorite exercises to do. I could do those all day. That and pull-ups. I feel like dips are a lot easier than doing pull-ups. But anyway, so from here, low down the opacity. Still using the same music like before. The only difference is that I was thinking about making more of like a machine, like some sort of like an Iron Man type of suit of a superhero rather than someone where you can see their face and all that stuff, right? So, and this was based upon when I was in middle school. I made like this comic book drawing at that time. It was all about the creativity and the imagination, but drawings wasn't as good. But anyway, I wanted to make a modern version of that. So I had that in mind when making this out of my head. And when making this, this almost went all the way, but I still, again, I felt like I was forcing myself to make this drawing. I just wasn't at the right headspace because it's been a while. And yeah, I just wasn't really liking it. Detail is there, you know, so it was up to completion. But then, let me pause it right here. And then let me get this one right here. So this is the sketch. I'll just blow it up. So I went up to this point, right? And then I even got to the point where like I went onto Illustrator and used the pen tool. So I vectorized it, and in the middle of rendering, right? So when I was working on trying to render the face, the helmet, I just stopped, honestly. I can't believe it. Like normally I don't do that. Normally I just go all the way. And it was one of those cases where I thought that if I could power through it, it should work. But nope. That was not the case at all. So I scrapped it. A lot of drafts, people. Lots of drafts. And then I came across this music right here, which I'll play. So I revisit, right? So this was the old music that I was going based off of, right? So let me play the music now. This was the draft right here. Now you guys can see this was the sketch based upon this music. This was the draft, right? These are the drafts for this one. And I'll just let the music play so you guys can get the feeling of it. So that's what I was listening to over and over when making these sketches, right? And again, we'll see if I'll revisit this particular music and make another illustration out of it. But yeah, with these two, I wasn't feeling it. So when I revisit the fifth time, right, because you've seen all the drafts. So when I came back and revisited, then I end up listening to this music, right? So this music came out from the most recent YouTube royalty-free music. So when I end up listening to this, then I end up coming up with another concept of illustration. So this is the music here. So obviously this music is a lot slower, and I'm gonna go into showing you guys when I did the whole step-by-step process of making this one, right? So it's a very more melancholy type of music compared to before that was more heroic and dramatic and uplifting. So complete juxtaposition from that. All right, so now from here, let me see if I can find it. I think it starts right here actually. There we go. Alright people, so in this video, I'm actually going to play the first music that is on YouTube Shorts. So what's going to happen here? So what's happening here is I'm going to play this particular music, and anything that comes into mind based upon what I'm listening to, which is going to be in repeats over and over, I'm going to then create an illustration based off of that. Alright, so are you guys ready for that? Let's do it. All right, let's go. And if anybody out there trying to take this concept, take this idea, at least you could do is just shout me out, all right, as being the original person who came up with this concept, all right? So let's get it started. Reaction inception. It's weird seeing myself. All right, got the Wacom tablet. I have... All right, so this is when I started doing this. Put her right here. Like a heroic type of pose. And it sounds like it's sad in a way too. I can hear rain. You guys hear that? I hear like a bunch of rain happening here. Yep, so I'm gonna continue playing the music right now, and then speed it up, showing you guys a step-by-step process. All right. Oh, it's a media player. Interesting. All right, so let's go back.
All right, people.
All right, so I guess you guys are gonna just hear it like this. So I'll just talk to you guys, and then when the illustration is done, then you guys will hear the music from beginning to the end. All right, so then from here, I was gonna make like a heroic pose of a woman from that type of upwards angle, but it just wasn't. I ended up changing it to something else. And again, this is all out of my head, so I ended up just this is all improvisation. So all this, I was thinking about like so many people, you know, creating more of a dramatic composition. This is when I started going more into the detail. Gave her more of like a sad, depressing face because of the music itself. So I just let the art and the music just take control over this illustration. So you see, like, it looks like a bunch of souls coming out of her back. And the sketch itself took easily like 45 minutes, right? Easily took some time. Easy 45 minutes. And I don't mean easy as in it was easy. I mean like the time it took a while. So then after this is when using the pen tool on Illustrator. So now I don't use the Wacom. Now it's just the mouse. Adding all of the detail there. And then a continuation. Yes, I do wear glasses, but it's blue light filter. So that way my eyes don't get all like stressed out or get red spots because of all of this, these monitors that's in front of me. So this is when I'm just adding the color to it. Create very moody, depressed, sad. That's why I wanted to emote when listening to the music. Creating this overlay translucency on the souls that are behind her. Let me move this closer here so you guys can see it better and cover myself. Move it right here. Yeah, that should be better. Better view, right? There we go. Much better view. And just continuation, added the blur effect. And doing the rest of all the souls. And then from here, after this is when I just use color grading on Premiere to complete this illustration. So I'm going to add the music as I'm going to show you guys the finished piece. All right, I'm muted now. All right, so you guys saw the sketch. It's right here. This is the sketch. Then this is it right here. Final piece. I'm gonna take myself out. So what do you guys think in the comment section below?